My definition of a quick read is like anything under 500 pages. So, hi, you're watching Rose Squad Reviews. My name is Melanie, and today we're going to be talking about Fairest by Gail, Carson, Levine. If you can't tell, this is a book. I'm going to put this right there so you can see it. It's great. Fairest is a fantasy fairy tale retelling of Sleeping Beauty. It's also a companion novel to Ella Enchanted, also by Gail, Carson, Levine. It's about 300 pages. Your main character, Aza, is a girl with a beautiful voice, but with a not so beautiful face, in a kingdom where both are highly valued. She grows up as an innkeeper's daughter, but that soon changes when, through a chance happening, she attends the king's wedding and then is blackmailed into becoming the queen's new lady-in-waiting. Something I appreciated about this book is the story itself is told through Aza's limited perspective. So we as readers, for the most part, we only know what she knows. And the other characters are also then seen through the lenses of her eyes. I would say definitely that the characters are very well fleshed out, but with that limited perspective, some intrigue is still kept. Like, obviously we know what Aza is thinking, but sometimes I wonder what the other characters are thinking. And the main antagonist in this book is one where you really love to hate, kind of. I mean, I can sympathize with them and see where they're coming from, but they're also very frustrating. In a nutshell, the author does a good job of making you hate them, but also feel sorry for them because they have to live with themselves. As I mentioned previously, the book is based loosely on the tale of Snow White. The world and universe are the author's making entirely. However, in the case of Fairest, it's a little bit harder to see some of the bones that are peeking through of the old fairy tale that we know so well. Aza does have those qualities of Snow White with very fair skin, dark hair, red lips, but this time they're kind of twisted more to be like, oh, these are not the standard of beauty. These are taken out of proportion from what everyone else thinks is beautiful, and instead Aza herself and society as a whole generally considers her to be ugly, which is fun because then you get to take on themes of, I guess just self-worth, but also standards of beauty and how that's reflected in our society. You still have a couple of the other themes, like a queen, a magic mirror, a huntsman, a prince, dwarves, or in our case, gnomes. So it's a fun little tweak. They're essentially the same. I don't know what the scientific difference is between a gnome and a dwarf, but so other than incorporating these elements, the story of the book more or less kind of follows its own path, and creates its own devices. There are still like some kind of basic landmarks that are met, but it's very much its own story, which is really cool. And one of the ways that Fairest breaks away from kind of the traditional retelling of a fairy tale is the incorporation of songs into the book, not actual music, mostly just lyrics, because in the world that Aza lives, in her country, like, just music is very important, and so everyone is singing, and there are monthly concerts, and everyone writes their own songs, and so those are kind of incorporated and really help to flesh out the world and transport us as readers to a place that we've never been to. As far as the ending goes, I was pretty satisfied with the bow that was tied at the end. The author does give a nice little glimpse into the future for the reader, which I always appreciate, because I'm like, I want to know what's going to be happening to these characters 10, 20 years down the road. The only thing I would like to point out, in the following action of the book, there's a couple events that happen fairly suddenly that I wasn't like mentally prepared for. But those are small quibbles, and I'm not going to complain about them too much. That's all I have to say about Fairest. This review is pretty short and sweet. If you're interested in checking out the book, please do so. I would recommend it. And if this tickles your fancy and you're looking for another book that also takes on a fairy retelling but talks about beauty standards and kind of just body image, I would definitely check out Golden by Cameron Doki. This one is a retelling of Rapunzel, except Rapunzel has alopecia, which is I don't know if I'm saying that right, but it's a condition where basically you lose all your hair, which is a fun kind of twist because traditionally Rapunzel has lots of hair, but this time she doesn't. So I would also recommend that book as well. That's all I have for today. Thanks for watching. Feel free to hit that subscribe and like button if you so desire. Leave me a comment in the comment section below letting me know, have you ever read this book? Any other fairy tale retellings I need to be checking out myself. That's all for today, and I'll see you next time.